This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. It's a short lap here in Spielberg with just 10 corners, 7 to the right and 3 to the left, making up the total distance of 2.6 miles. And expect to see a lot of cars running wide today, especially through the last corner, as the wet conditions make the cars skittish through the downhill section. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Bottas. Surfer Boy, Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, and Fernando Alonso. Sainz, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Stroll, Pierre Gasly, and Zhou. Latifi, Tsunoda, Alex Albon, and Lewis Hamilton. They've taken a grid penalty. Ocon and Sebastian Vettel starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Joining me on this very wet day is a man who's no stranger to driving in miserable conditions. Anthony Davidson, you've driven open cockpit, you've driven sports cars. How does the wet weather experience change between the different disciplines?
Well, I wouldn't say there's much difference in all honesty. You know, besides the terrifying closing speeds you find in something like sports cars with different categories all sharing the same racetrack, driving in the rain is, well, driving in the rain. Of course, the biggest difference is the fact that Formula One is open cockpit. On one hand, they'll be cold and wet without a roof, but on the other, it's much simpler to pull a tear-off away from the visor than it is to clear a dirty windscreen, so I don't think it's too bad.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway. These are wet conditions here today. Each driver will no doubt be mindful of the wet surface as they prepare to race around the track. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Right, let's focus now for the rest of the race. job, nice overtake. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Inters seems to be the fastest tyre for now. Gap behind is 2.2 seconds. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Okay, not sure whether tries or inters are faster, we're right on the crossover. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.9 seconds. Okay, roger that. Soft tyres at the next pit stop. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.6 seconds. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Got that, confirmed. Tyre condition still looking good. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. We're currently trailing our teammate by 1.7 seconds. They're on old intermediates. They're in third. And the time last lap was a 1:13.8. Laps of fuel remaining. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz would be my first choice for this race. He had excellent race stamina, giving him the opportunity to charge through the ranks.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.